Coach, you have no Amari, you lose Melo early on, Tyson in foul trouble, and you get the win. What did you tell the guys afterwards?
I thought, first and foremost, how hard we played and how good a defense that we played. It gave us a chance, and then and that was all of them. You know, that's why everybody went in there, really played hard. And then, you know, under Jeremy's direction, I mean, he was able to set up guys for easy shots and play the way we like to play.
Coach, you speaking to Jeremy, you had excellent ball movement and player movement. Was that a product of Jeremy or not having two guys who are normally the focal point in offense?
I'm not touching. No, we'd have been fine with those two. Jeremy kind of settles everything, puts everything in perspective, and we can build on that. And then he'll be able to, you know, we hope. And again, the second game, I don't want to get too far ahead, but I am excited. And he does give us a semblance of a team that can move the ball and get good shots. And when you do that, and then defensively is the biggest thing, because we played so well defensively that you get courage on the offensive end, and it was a good effort.
I saw you a couple times when he had a couple big baskets, shaking your fists. Are you kind of, as much as the crowd is into this game with him, even you were starting going over by him?
Well, it's fun. You can actually draw a play up, and oh boy, this might work. You know, so it was good. And then he's smart. You know, it's good. He's a playmaker.
Mike, I know you probably didn't want to have to lean on him this hard, but 44 minutes and all of his turnovers, I think, were in the second half. Is that a fatigue? And did you feel like you might be running him into the ground?
Yeah, I'm riding him like freaking Secretariat. Yeah, definitely. But, you know, I was going to take him out, and he looked at me and said, I don't want to come out. So, hey, good, go.
Coach, over here.
I'm sorry.
Right now, who do you think is the bigger story, the Giants or Jeremy Lin in New
Who?
York? The Giants or the Jeremy Lin?
We'll stick with the Giants for right now. I mean, we won't get too far ahead. We have won 2 games, though. We're on a roll.
Coach, almost overshadowed again was Jared Jeffrey's game. What do you see in his contributions tonight?
Unbelievably good. And, you know, indulge me 1 second. Just anybody who boos Jared Jeffries has got to re-examine their life a little bit. You know, and I'm sorry to have to, you know, I love our fans, and I like, you know, Madison Square Garden, the arena. But here's a guy who came back to us, minimum contract. He could have gone a lot of other teams. He plays as hard as anybody could possibly ever play, with injuries, everything you ask him. He takes every charge, every dirty play, every rebound. He works every second. And there are people that look at that and go, well, I think I'll boo him. I have a hard time believing that. You know, it's like, oh, he missed that. Yeah, I understand the frustration. I understand that it'd be great that, you know, he could do it. But you boo what is good about America. To me, it's like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? To me, that's not good. But anyway, hey, love him anyway, I guess. But he played unbelievable. And you know what? When you go into a game and you have guys like that, and there was a lot of them tonight, you win, you lose, you do well. But you know what? At the end of it, you're pretty satisfied, but that's the best we got. And he gives it the best he's got every night. So, anyway.
Coach, even though it's only a small sample, Jeremy seems to have really grasped what you want, you know, what you want offensively in terms of running the team.
Right.
How has he been able to do that with just little practice time?
Well, again, we try to keep it simple, and we don't have a hard. You know, I think the concept's pretty easy what we're trying to do, but it's sometimes hard to play that way because it's a little bit different. And but he has an attacking mentality, and he can get into the paint, and we spread the floor, and he moves the ball, and there's no selfishness, and he's just trying to read each play, and he's a point guard. And those guys, I think he'll get better, definitely get better, and. But he has an innate ability to be able to see guys and to understand guys. One time there was a play where I think Shump was in front of Novak. Both of them were kind of open. He told Shump, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way, and threw it to Novak for 3 because he understood at that moment, pick the 2, I'm taking the shooter. And it's just little things like that you can't explain the game all the time. And he doesn't need to explain it. He knows the game. So.
Mike, you have any idea on the extent of the injury to Carmelo?
I think it's just a strained groin, and they probably day to day. They'll be evaluating tomorrow. Because usually a day or two after that you feel, did it swell up or is there blood or whatever. So we'll find out tomorrow. But obviously when you do that, it's going to be a couple of days before you know the extent of it.
Coach, with the bench players getting an opportunity to play, do you think this will be able to enhance their confidence as the season goes on, especially with Amari and Carmelo coming back?
Definitely. I mean, this can only help. Now, again, I don't want to get too far ahead of us. We played well, but just the flow, the ability to get the ball at the right spot at the right time, then, we have guys that are professional players. They're good, but they're different levels, and when everybody's in that flow and you feel good, all these guys can play, and they can play well. And it's coming right now from Jeremy. That's kind of getting everybody in their position, and they feel good about themselves, and it'll even get a lot better about confidence-wise and stuff.
Mike, what is it about Jeremy's game that lets him get to the rim? And is that something you just can't see until you see it in an NBA game? You can't see it in practice or anything like that?
Well, when he worked out for us, and I think it was maybe last year or 2 years ago, I forget when it was, and we noticed that he has a nice gait. He plays, but he has a burst of speed that can get him there, and he has that. He has that. I didn't know he could play defense. I didn't think he could shoot well enough, and I didn't think he would go up and finish. So I'm going, can't finish, can't shoot, can't play defense. I like his speed, but I don't know until we saw it. And then, I wasn't for sure the first time I saw it, but then, now he has had the opportunity, and he's made the best of it, that's for sure.